Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Rajesh Mubashir with you in this free webinar for MRCOG-1 students who are thinking about taking exam in July 2025. So I'm here for you to help you in finalizing that which steps you have to take at this moment so that you can prepare best and take this exam. Welcome everyone in the session. Let's start. I have selected these points here. We will discuss them one by one, and this webinar will definitely be helpful for you if you have no knowledge about the exam and if you have to. There must be some. Okay. There was a connectivity issue which I have fixed, and let's start now. So the first step which I have mentioned here in the point, it is how to book the exam. How to book the exam. Guys, booking process is very simple. It's available on their official website of RCOG, right? So what you have to do, you have to write on Google that RCOG exam booking. That's all. Okay. You will only write this on Google and you will look at the website, and the points are very, very simple. You just have to follow the instructions given on the website, and that's all. Just a minute, please. Okay, we are back to the discussion. So on RCOG website, when you have clicked it and it will be in front of you, the first thing you will do is to make an account. Okay, first thing is to make an account and get a college number. Account and college number. After getting the college number, you are going to send eligibility. Eligibility application and form is available on the website. It's very easy to fill in and you only have to provide your basic degree with that. Very sorry for this writing I'm doing here, but it's just I'm giving you the sequence of steps that you have to take for booking the exam. And the next step is to give your expression of interest. You submit your expression of interest. That's all. After these three steps, you will wait for the booking window and you have to look at another very important thing, which is exam calendar. Okay. Find the exam calendar on the website, and I've also shared the exam calendar in your study group. In the exam calendar, you will find the deadlines, you will find the date of the exam, and you will also find the booking window. When they will open the booking window, you will submit the amount they have said and you will book your exam. So some students think that booking the exam is very complicated thing, but no, it's very simple. You have to take a very simple few steps. Then guys, we're going to talk about the requirements. Requirements to attend MRCOG 1. What are the requirements to attend MRCOG 1? I will explain this thing because students have this they don't have this clarity that who can take MRCOG and who cannot. So guys, MRCOG 1 is the entrance level exam, I would say. Guys, please try keeping your mics off. Thank you. They have they have given clear information for all three parts, the requirements for all three parts. For taking MRCOG 1, you don't have to send them experience at all. You don't have to send them the specialty experience at all. For MRCOG 2, no experience is required. But for MRCOG 3, you have to send them 4 years experience in obscure specialty, which they will assess and they will give you a final, you can say permission that you will take MRCOG 3 or not. And for completion of MRCOG exam, you require all three parts, right? You require all three parts. So for the first two parts, you don't need any kind of experience. Like you don't have to send, it's not a requirement for attending these exams. I will explain it further and you will understand that how much clinical experience is required for background knowledge of these two parts. But they will not ask you for a certificate of training or experience for these two. But you need your basic MBBS degree, your basic medicine school degree. If you are from any country, you have to show them that you are a graduate, you are done with the medicine, and you're also done with your house job or basic training, and you are in practice. You can say, like you can practice in your country, that your licensing number, your medical licensing number is necessary for the application, the first application you send. Okay. So for MRCOG 1, guys, it's a big question that you need clinical experience or not. Okay. So I would say no. If you're a fresh graduate, yes, you can take MRCOG 1. Fresh graduates can take MRCOG 1 exam right after their graduation and house job and internship, whatever you say, whatever you call it in your country. But no clinical experience, no specialty experience is required for taking MRCOG 1 because of its syllabus. Because of its syllabus. The syllabus of MRCOG 1 is mainly about basics. I would specify here that basics of whole body is not the part of MRCOG 1 syllabus. When you will join the course and we will start the orientation session, I will explain that what is the difference between MRCOG exam and the other exams. Like you can say it's an entry level. It's part 1 of your membership exam. So how it's different? How it's different, because it's a specialty exam. So how it's different from other exams? I will explain this in the orientation session. Okay. So no clinical experience, but now students ask that, ma'am, if we are already specialists, if we are already specialists and we have a lot of clinical experience, then what's the advantage? Okay, what's the advantage of having clinical experience already? Then I would say yes, there is an advantage that it will be a little bit easy for you to prepare for this exam because of your background knowledge. But the knowledge of basic subjects is again a question that you should have knowledge of basic subjects and a very, very good knowledge about the syllabus is required. So in the courses and in the orientation session, I will definitely help you to get that. For part 2, I would say that clinical experience is definitely a requirement. Definitely a requirement. Fresh graduates should not attempt part 2 of MRCOG without having any experience in specialty, without having any experience in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, because you are supposed to have a clear knowledge about the guidelines. And guidelines are something which you don't only learn, which you don't only read, like these are not the stories, these are the guidelines for the management of patients. So if you have at least 2 years experience with application of these guidelines on the patients, then you are a wise person to take MRCOG 2. And if you have no experience with the patients of obstetrics and gynecology, then it's very risky to take this exam. They don't ask 4 years experience before part two, like previously it was a requirement. But now they have cleared this requirement for part two, and they only ask for the clinical experience for part three. But it's my suggestion, it's my advice to all the students that you should have a good knowledge about the guidelines. You should have this experience of applying these guidelines on the patient so that when you solve the questions, you can solve them easily. And there is a thing which you need to understand that MRCOG 2 has a very wide and difficult syllabus which every person has to cover. So um it's a difficult exam, I would say. It's difficult than part one, I would say. Now, guys, third point, the books we need for MRCOG 1. So here we are strictly talking about MRCOG 1, so we will stick to the syllabus of MRCOG 1 only. Now I will give you clear instructions about these things. There are two kinds of students, one who are attending the course with us and those who are not. Those who are not attending the course with us, they need theory books and they need SPS books, okay? What you can do, you can get the information of SPS books and theory books from our team. I will mention the names, the theory books which I suggest to students who are studying alone and they're not taking any coachings or classes. They should read Essential Revision Guide and Oxford Revision Notes for theory. And reading the theory is very important. Reading the theory for basic subjects is very important. And SPS sources are past MRCOG, STAT OG, Catherine, I would say, and of course, if you want to solve a lot of questions, and of course, past papers files are very important. But I will um, give you some important points here that the students who are not taking any guidance or coaching, they should be very focused on these things that books can have wrong answers, okay? Can have wrong answers, so don't blindly follow them. And past paper files are also having a lot of mistakes. Again, do not blindly follow them. Do not blindly follow them. Get the guidance. I would suggest get the guidance. And the third thing that you should have a little idea that which topics have been updated in all these years. So if the theory books are written by very old writers and they are now updated versions, then you should be aware of those topics which are updated. So don't follow the old information because if they ask the questions from the new information, you will have no idea about the answers. Okay. And core students, they will have this advantage of getting all the updated knowledge because all the updates are included in the course. They will not get the SPS books at all because we provide all the SPS. And you also don't have to get any books and read and sort that which topics are old and which are new, because I provide my own notes for the students and also the lectures which I conduct. They are very updated and they have all the necessary information. So you don't have to buy the books. So I have clarified the things for both kind of students who are taking the coaching or classes and who are not taking the classes and know how to start the study. Again, we will classify that which students are studying on their own. They are number two and number one are the students who are not studying on their own. That means they are studying in a group or in with a mentor. So the students who are studying in under the guidance of a mentor or they have already taken a course, what they will do, they will only follow the schedule. Okay, they will only follow the schedule. They what they have to do is to sit for the study daily. Okay, so work on this thing only, that there will be a schedule, doable schedule, I would say, a doable schedule for every student to follow. But Studying is again their own task. Following the schedule is again their own task. So just follow the groups, and that's all you have to do. In the start, I have kept the schedule very light, and some easy topics are discussed in the start, but after 2 months, we will be in a good speed, and we will begin a good energy and mood to study more and more, because we have to study very good for the exams. And those students who are not taking any coaching, guys, start with a good theory book. Again, I would say theory books are very, very important, but alongside, solve the questions from the past papers files. Very important. Okay. Side by side, you have to solve the questions from past paper files. And again, don't blindly follow the past papers files, because they have a lot of mistakes. I have collected all the books, the theory books, the SPS books, and past papers files from all the years, and I've shared them at my free channel, which is available on Telegram, so you can download and read. And I've also offered free help in my free guide groups for MRCOG-1. So you can join them, and you will get free help for solving the questions. So it's very important that you just don't study alone and believe on all the mistakes or wrong answers given in the files and the books. Okay. So last point for today is that how much time you need to pass the exam in one attempt. In one attempt. In all the webinars and in all the classes, I keep on explaining this thing that every student is different. So first point, that timing is not like I can't bound you. I can't bound you and say that in only 5 months you can prepare the exam. 5 months are not, I would say, it's not a strict rule, but 5 to 6 months is a good duration in which a person can easily prepare and pass the exam. But still, it's not a hard and fast rule. If you're a fresh graduate, then can you join us in the meeting, please? Take care of the mic. If you have started the preparation now and you have 5 months to prepare for July exam, the topic for today, which I said the right time to prepare for the exam is now. Okay. No matter you are done with the graduation like an year before, or you're a specialist of hopes gynae, start now. If you are attending July exam, start now. From these 5 months, for the first 3 months, we will focus a lot on subject-wise discussion and important topics from all the subjects. And for the 3 months, we will focus on the revision and especially the revision of past papers files. So it's a good time if you are working and if you have kids and you can't study like 24 hours for preparation of the exam. So it's a good time. 5 months to 6 months is a good time for every person. It's an average duration, right? But so many students, they don't have a lot of time for the preparation only, so they can clear the exam in 3 months also, and some can clear the exam in 2 months only. It depends that how much you are willing uh, to put the effort for the studies. It only depends on this thing. I've told you already that clinical experience have little role in passing part one. Clinical experience have very little role. It has a role, but very little. If somebody is not having any clinical experience at all in ops gynae, it doesn't mean that he or she cannot pass the exam. So keep this thing in mind, okay? Now, the very important thing is having good guidance. Good guidance, guys. If you have good guidance, you can clear the exam in just 3 months preparation. If you don't have a good guidance, you can study for years and years and years, and there are chances that you are not studying properly, you're not studying the right syllabus, and there are high chances that you're not getting the correct answers for the questions, and then there are high chances that you can fail this exam. But if you want to prevent this, get the good guidance. Your teacher should be aware of the syllabus of MRCOG-1, and they should guide you about something which is very important. And I keep on emphasizing on that thing, that is smart study. Okay. For post-graduation examinations, we do this smart study. We do this smart study. What is smart study? Smart study is saving your time. Smart study is saving your time. You have a book of anatomy. You have a book of anatomy, and it is having all the regions explained very well and in very detail. Okay, you start from page number 1 and you read all 500 or 1000 pages, and then you say, I'm a pro in the anatomy. I have covered a very big and good book written by a very good author. So I can solve any question on the anatomy which is asked in the exam, and I have a very sound knowledge about it. Guys, this is not the role. This is not the pattern of smart study. What is smart study? The first step of smart study is to understand that what will examiner ask in the exam. Okay, I've told you that we will focus more and more in the orientation session about the syllabus of MRCOG, but I will explain here that for MRCOG 1, you should know what examiner will ask in your exam, and you will only cover those important areas. That is smart study. And if you read anatomy in 3 months, after 3 months, you can solve any question from the anatomy, but you have 13 subjects. You have 13 basic subjects in the syllabus of MRCOG 1, so it's not a wise decision to spend 3 months on one subject only. Then you will only be able to solve 25 or 30 questions from the exam, and exam is having 200 questions total. You have to pass the exam by solving all 200 questions correctly. There is a passing percentage, but you will definitely not leave other 12 subjects in order to cover one in a very good way. So what we do the past papers. We do the past papers, we open the past papers files, and we check that which topics were repeatedly asked in the previous exam. Like, I try to cover 10 years past papers in every batch. In 10 years, if they were repeating some topics again and again, like they were repeating the perineum anatomy again and again, and they were repeating pelvis anatomy again and again, and they were talking about some questions of GIT again and again, then it's a wise decision to cover these areas first. Okay. And if from the clinical side, they're asking that when an obstetrician was performing C-section, or when an obstetrician was performing hysterectomy, which nerve they damage and which vessel they damage, then I will have a feeling that okay, in part 1, they are combining basic and clinical knowledge both. Basic and clinical both. So after reading past papers, you will get this idea that what examiner wants. What examiner wants you to know. Okay. So if you get that idea and then study accordingly, that's the smart study. And MRCOG 1 is very different exam from the others. Like if we have FCPS exam, or we have USMLE exam, or PLAB exam, and if you are studying for one and then you think, okay, I have a very fresh knowledge about PLAB, or I have a very fresh knowledge for FCPS 1. So uh, why don't I do this thing that I don't study at all, and then just take the exam, so I will clear it? No, it's a big mistake. Okay, it's a big mistake. So I have told you that right time to, I will summarize everything now. Right time to start study for July 2025 is now. What you have to study, start with the theory book, and if you have taken the course, start uh, following the schedule I will share in the group. group is starting 2025, 25th January. From 25th January, we will start a new batch, inshallah. And you will get the orientation session at 25th of this month. That's all. And in this orientation session, we will discuss the syllabus. We will discuss the outline of the course. We will also discuss that how what help I will offer, and I will also tell you what roles you will perform as students. And guys, I will again repeat that with the course, you don't have to buy the books or get the subscriptions. That's all for today. Booking process is available on the website. Requirements none for MRCOG-1. I have told you, and you have got the answers for all the common questions students are asking these days. If you have any more questions, you can send the questions in the just a minute, guys. You can send in the chat box, or what else you can do. You can send the question directly to our team members. The numbers are mentioned here. Also, guys, we are also helping the students which are in need of the course and they cannot pay the full amount. So my team is also offering discounts, so very good discounts to the students who need the help and they can't pay the full amount. So get this chance and go for a good study plan which will help you clearing the exam in first go. Good luck. Bye bye.